Hey guys, I'm just going to explain the main mix section of the Behringer X32 and how we've kind of got it set up. So that's this section over here. This is the buses and all that. You screen up there and all the EQ and stuff up there. So here's where you're going to be kind of doing most of your work generally once things get going. So what we've got here is 16 faders, straight in a line. But notice there are 32 channels. We've got more than what's represented here, and so these faders are automatic, and they automatically switch with based on what button is selected over here. So right now, this channel 1 through 16 button is selected, so all these are channel 1 through 16. If I push this 17 through 32 button, everything changes, and now starting at the left, it's 17, 32 on the right. Down here below it, I've got my aux in, USB aux in inputs here, USB returns, and effects returns, which we'll go into that in a later video, and then our master bus returns, all 16 all in a row. So you can do all that stuff from over here. So the bus returns, they do basically it's just giving you master volumes for all of your different buses. So if this is a monitor here, this is a master volume for that monitor, and so they're all in a row. You can do this in another section of the board also, but this way you get all 16 in a row. So when we're on our normal channels, this is just like a normal channel on the old board, on an analog board. It's got your fader at the bottom, you got a mute switch here that you can activate. Right here, this is a Scribble Strip, and so what that does is it shows you the channel number, and then it also, you can label it, and you can put little pictures. The way you do that is you go over here into, on the screen, you go to the setup page, and you scroll over to this part that says Scribble Strip. Then you can use this left encoder to pick which channel that you want to use, or you can just push the select button and it'll jump right to it. So if I push select channel 2, it's going to show me channel 2 here. You can choose the color, and that's going to be represented as I scroll that wheel. You're going to see the colors change there. If you click that button, it'll invert it. So change the picture and the text color, switch them around from dark to light. You can pick a little icon for whatever you want there. And then over here you can actually name it. So with this one, if you click edit, it brings up this little window, and you can scroll through backspace, name stuff. You got your uppercase letters. If you scroll this encoder here, it goes to numbers and lowercase letters, all that. So you can name everything, and you don't have to use tape anymore. This is much easier if you've got the X32 edit software open. This is one of the best things to use this for. In that case, you just go to setup up here. This mirrors a board. There's another video on all this. Then you click Scribble Strip, and it's the same setup, but now you can do it on here. So then you'll see, as I click colors here, it's changing immediately on the board as well. So so that's really helpful because you can actually just click in here and type instead of having to scroll through with the encoder. So that's a Scribble Strip. You can set colors, setups, make everything organized, nice and pretty, really useful. Solo buttons here. That's going to pick what you hear in your headphones, and it's also going to determine what is displayed on this little meter right here. So these two meters are going to show you the main outputs right there. This meter is going to show you whatever is soloed, okay, or what's on the main bus a mono bus if we've got a mono bus, but we don't, so don't worry about it. But so that will display it there. There's a button that blinks once you initiate some of the solos. It starts blinking. It's the clear solo button. If you push that, it just turns them off. So I got them on. Push this. They're gone. Okay. Then up here you've got the select button. This is going to be really, really important, and this is going to be the thing you're going to forget most. Is you're going to be messing with stuff and turning things and wondering why what you want to happen isn't happening, and it's because you've got the wrong channel selected. That's okay. You'll go back and fix it, and it'll be fine. But it's going to change as I'm pushing this button. You're seeing it's changing all these settings up here. It's also changing, what's on the screen. So if I was on my home, I'm getting kind of an overview of what's going on the channels, and I can click through and see what's going on in each one. So those are very important. You're going to mess that up occasionally, and that's okay. It'll start to be the first thing that you check. So this is our main faders and mix section and all of that. In the next videos, I'm going to show you how to do all this. But basically, the main thing you're going to need to remember for that is that these select buttons control all of those things. The one last thing kind of in this section that's important is you've got your little meters here. They kind of give you a rough, estimate. I mean, they're very small meters, so you can't really tell. There's only like 6 lights or something in this main little section here. So it's much better to solo it if you're trying to look at it and see the meter over there. But then the top button here is going to show you when the compressor is engaged. We'll talk about that in a second. The bottom one is going to show you when the gate is open. Okay, so when the gate's engaged, when the compressor's going. All right there. All right, that's it. That's the main mix section. If you have any more questions, you can let me know. Otherwise, this part's pretty self-explanatory. Just to actually set up and run. Once we get into monitors and EQs, it gets a couple more steps, but we'll get there in the next videos. All right, great.